Alright, now that we're out of the beta, what did I think of One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows? It's bad. It's really, really bad. But before I bitch about it, I'll say this is a beta. Some things will change, but don't expect anything drastic. And this is only the online experience. We know nothing about the single player. This game could be worth it for the single player alone. So I'm not judging the full game, I'm just judging this beta. Let's start with compliments. There aren't a lot of them, but the beta did do a few things right. First of all, matchmaking. Super fast, almost no downtime at all. It was a pretty well populated beta, which makes this easier, but not all betas have such a smooth matchmaking system. One Punch Man worked flawlessly during this time. And second, the netcode. It's awesome. You might have caught my match against Bilbsy. He lives in Australia, I live in Portugal, and the match ran pretty smoothly. This game's netcode seems to hold up pretty well. There was some occasional weirdness. I lost connection to my opponents a couple of times in places where I really don't believe they rage quit because they were actually winning. And of course, Wi-Fi is wildly unpredictable, so whenever you have a stuttery match, you're either using Wi-Fi or your opponent is, and no netcode will ever be that good. Plug your goddamn consoles to the wall. And that's it. I'm out of good things to say. I don't know who this game is for. First of all, I did not expect this to be a competitive arena fighter. You guys in the comments make it sound like I just want every game to be Dragon Ball FighterZ. When actually, we very recently got a competitive arena fighter with Kill la Kill If. And I sang that game so many praises. I still enjoy Naruto Shinobi Striker. I played the crap out of Naruto Storm 4. Fuck you. I love arena fighters. Now, because this is Spike Chunsoft, I did not expect this to be competitive, and the game is obviously not competitive from what I played in the beta. The perfect block mechanic is way too easy to pull off, and that's just going to lead to the same frustrating situations that we had in Jump Force. And this combo system really doesn't allow you to be that creative. For the most part, you just do a full auto combo and then throw a special attack at the end. There are some exceptions, but even those exceptions don't allow you to create that much. So the way you play, for instance, Genos, is going to be the same way that every player plays Genos. So it's not competitive, but you bet they will have a ranked mode when the game releases. You just know that's gonna happen because it's Spike. And then there's the whole Saitama thing, where if you pick the right team, you cannot lose, unless you're a moron or your opponent also has Saitama. If you're looking for a competitive arena fighter, Kill la Kill If is still your best bet, and I'm optimistic for My Hero 1 Justice 2, but we'll see once that comes out. But like I said, I did not expect this to be a competitive game, so don't expect this to be a competitive game either. But how does it fare as a casual arena fighter? Pretty fucking poorly is how it fares. From the get-go, controlling these characters is sluggish as hell. If you're one of the My Hero 1's Justice haters for saying the jumps look floaty and the movement feels stiff, then you will not enjoy this at all. This is 100 times worse. The time it takes for a character to go from idle to full speed is so long. The characters feel incredibly heavy. It's not fun to control. If you just want to pick up this game and mash buttons with your favorite One Punch Man characters, yes, the game lets you do that. But it feels like you're constantly fighting the game because none of it feels fluid enough. I'll give Jump Force the praise for being a very casual arena fighter. The fan service in that game is phenomenal. Its systems are frustrating as heck to play online, but at least you can pull off some cool looking stuff in that game. Here, everything looks like it's in slow motion. Even when you pull off a combo, the level of satisfaction isn't nearly as high. Even fast characters like Sonic feel way more sluggish than they should. So if your favorites are some kind of slower characters, you're in for a slugfest. Plus, zoning is going to be a pain to deal with because there are no tools to get around it. The dash is too slow, it gets too easily interrupted by any projectiles, so what you have to do is carefully approach your opponent very slowly while blocking all projectiles, which is maybe something that competitive players are used to, but if you're catering to casuals, they're gonna eat projectiles all day. And I feel like they've missed the mark on visuals too. I don't think this game looks any good. The models are okay, nothing breathtaking, and the animations are pretty terrible in my opinion. And once again, Saitama. I really struggle to understand their thought process. Saitama is a problem, but only if you consider this a competitive game. Once it's not a competitive game, then having an overpowered character is not a big deal. But their solution just boggles my mind. Think about it. One Punch Man, the main character. If you want to play him, you have to wait until the timer runs out. So you can't even play him until he arrives, which means you might not even play him at all. And then once he arrives, he kills everyone in one punch. Is this fun? Yeah, the first 2 times it happened. Then it's just boring. Congratulations, you've made a game where the player actually feels like Saitama. Bored as hell. I'm not paying $60 to feel bored. And then they made this other matchmaking playlist where Saitama cannot be played. He's banned from being picked. First of all, the mere fact that this second playlist exists is acknowledging the fact that Saitama is a problem. So they know, and they still went through with this decision, and their solution was to make a playlist where the main character of your game isn't playable. And since this isn't a competitive game, I really wonder how many players will be on that playlist a month after release. That's the thing with Spike Chunsoft. They always claim they don't make competitive games, their games are just meant to be casually enjoyed or whatever, but then they have these decisions where they're banning Saitama because he's overpowered, or they have a ranked system. This multiplayer is an absolute joke. It's not for competitive players, and I feel it's not good for casual fun either. And if you enjoyed the beta, ask yourself if you would still enjoy it if it wasn't One Punch Man, if you didn't actually know the characters you were playing as, because the characters shouldn't matter if you're determining whether a game is good or not. Replace those characters with some unknown anime, and I bet you that everyone would unanimously agree that this game fucking sucks. But since it's One Punch Man, which by the way, during season 1 was one of my top 3 favorite anime of all time. I'm a big One Punch Man fan, and this game honestly is an insult to the genius that show is. Over the next few days, I'll be bringing you some more multiplayer matches so you can watch and judge for yourself. I did have some fun for a while, mainly testing if Saitama was OP and trying to come up with combos for different characters, but since the game systems are super restrictive, I got really bored at some point. I was planning on playing all the 4 beta slots. After the second one, I didn't want to play anymore. It took me about 3 hours of playtime to know that I don't want to play this anymore, and I'll try the single player and let you know if it's worth it, but I'm done with the multiplayer. It's boring, and if you liked it, congratulations, you need very little to have fun, and I wish I was like you, and you will never need my opinion for anything. This is one of the worst arena fighters I've ever played, and the bar for arena fighters is pretty fucking low. As always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
ヒーロー名乗ってやられてちゃ世話ないものね。